States is strongly questioning just exactly what their intentions are.
Thanks to Barbara for that. Right, let's speak now to Dr. Kamran Bokhari, Director of Analytical Development at the think tank, the New Lines Institute for Strategy and Policy in Washington, D.C. Thanks very much for coming on the programme.
Thanks for having me, Lewis.
So where do you think this strike now leaves us?
I think there are two things that I'm at least watching that are significant. So one is that with the elimination of al-Zawahiri, the sort of the gravity, the center of gravity of transnational jihadism in the Afghanistan-Pakistan theater shifts more heavily towards ISIS-K. Since Zawahiri was the last of sort of the major figures of the original al-Qaeda, and many of his associates have been killed in multiple drone strikes over the years in the Pakistani tribal Badlands, then we're looking at a much more weakened organization. Mind you, al-Qaeda, compared to ISIS, has not shown any operational capability, at least in this area, for a very, very long time. So I think that that's number one. But the thing here is that since ISIS and Taliban are enemies, so we can expect some level of cooperation with the Taliban or from the Taliban. But this strike in Kabul on a facility belonging to senior members of the Taliban movement suggests that there's going to be infighting between the Taliban as to who was cooperating. I mean, they want to know who was cooperating with the U.S. intelligence and led to the elimination of Zawahiri. Mind you, this guy was transported, relocated along with his family from his hideout to Kabul, I would suspect, in recent months.
Just go back to one of the points you made earlier on. How significant is this in terms of weakening of the organisation? You pointed to the fact that it has been significantly weakened since it was getting, obviously, day in, day out coverage. Is this a significant blow, losing leader, or is it a simple case of being replaced and carrying on?
So look, if you're asking if there's going to be a formal replacement, yes, of course. I mean, we can expect that. But the question is, what would that succession look like? I don't think that there's anybody in the al-Qaeda ranks that has the stature of Zawahiri. And mind you, Zawahiri was no bin Laden either. ISIS grew out of al-Qaeda, rebelled against al-Qaeda, defied Zawahiri, and became a much bigger organization under Zawahiri's leadership after bin Laden was killed. So this isn't the organization that we knew 20 years ago. So that's why I don't think that a new leader would be able to steer it, breathe life into it. So as I said, we need to keep an eye on fighters, foreign fighters in the region gravitating towards ISIS.
Right. Dr. Kamran Bokhari, we must leave it there, but thank you very much for going on the programme. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Next, here in the UK, the Conservative leadership candidate Liz Truss has dropped her plan to introduce regional pay for civil servants after criticism that it would mean lower pay for millions of workers outside London. Last night, she told an audience of Conservative members it could save nearly £9 billion a year. But the announcement led to fierce criticism from some members of her party. Supporters of her rival, Rishi Sunak, said the U-turn revealed a lack of serious judgment. Our political correspondent, Irene Wells, has the latest.
It was all smiles from Liz Truss as she toured the southwest of England yesterday. But this morning, her plans caused beef with some Tory MPs in the area. She said she wanted civil servants in regions where pay is lower to be paid less. She argued if this worked, it could save billions by being rolled out to other public sector workers.